Alright, so this video is if you missed last Friday or this Tuesday of school so that you can learn how to do a composition of functions. So the first one says f composite g at 1. What that means is f of g of 1. So you're going to take 1 and you're going to plug it into the g function. So g of 1, the g function is 4 times x. I'm going to write 4 times 1, and 4 times 1 is 4. Then because it's a composition function, you're going to take the answer 4 and plug it into the function on the outside. So we're going to plug it in for f. So f of 4. So my f function says 2x squared. So I plug in a 4 minus 3. 4 squared is 16. You're going to multiply 16 times 2. Then you're going to subtract 3. You're allowed to use your calculator, so if you need to type it in your calculator, go ahead and type it in your calculator. So for those of you that don't know how to type it in, you're going to have 2 parentheses 4 squared minus 3. So that's 29. Your last answer will always be your final answer. Number 2 is almost the exact same problem, except this time the g is first. So it's g of f of 1. So this time I'm going to plug in 1 for the f function first. So we're going to have 2 times 1 squared minus 3. Again, you can use your calculator if you want to. 2 times 1 squared minus 3. You get negative 1. We're going to take that answer of negative 1 and plug it into the g. And your g function says 4 times x. So 4 times negative 1 equals negative 4. Okay. We're going to either do 3 or 4. We don't need to do both. Most of my classes chose not to do 3 and we went and did 4. So 4 is a little bit different because it says f of negative 2. All that means is I'm going to plug into the f function 2 times. So the first time I'm going to plug in negative 2. So again, my f function says 2. In place of the x, I put a negative 2 squared minus 3. We use our handy dandy calculator. So we have 2 times negative 2 squared minus 3, and we get 5. We're going to take the answer we just got, and this time I'm going to plug it into f again. We have 2 times 5 squared minus 3. So 2 times 5 squared minus 3 is 47. And again, your last answer is your final answer. On number 5, it's almost the same process, except we don't have equations. Instead, we have a table. So again, I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just going to pick a few. So the first one says f of g of 1. We're going to do the inside first. So g of 1 equals. This number in the parentheses, that's your x. So go up here to where x is 1, which is right here. And when x is 1, g is 0. Now I take the answer I just got and I plug it into the f of 0. So now I'm going to where x equals 0, and I want to know what f is, and it's 5. So the whole answer is 5. Okay, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do g of f of 2. So g of f of 2. So I'm going to do f of 2 first. When x is 2, f is 1. So it equals 1. Then I'm going to go do g of 1. When x is 1, g is 0. So the whole answer is 0. If you can do those two, you can do any of these. Number 6, almost the same thing, except now we're working off of a graph. And what you need to know is that the solid line is your f of x, and this dashed line is your g of x. So the first one says, what is g of 1? So I'll go where x is 1 right here, and the g function is this dotted one. So when x is 1, y is 3. Now go do that for the f. Now use the answer I just got. When x is 3, f is -1. So the whole answer is -1. Okay. I'm going to go do letter C. So I'm going to go do f of 0 first. When x is 0, y is 0 for the f function. And now I'm going to go do that same one, g of 0. When x is 0, g is 8. So the whole answer is 8. Okay. On number 7 and 8, they don't tell me what to plug in. And if they don't tell you what to plug in, you're going to assume they want you to do x. So f of g of x. So they want me to take my g of x function, 2x plus 3, and they want me to plug it in to my f of x function everywhere I see an x. So I'm going to have 2x plus 3 squared plus 3 parentheses 2x plus 3 plus 1. So that's the plug-in step. And then we're going to FOIL. When you FOIL, you get 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. Then I'm going to distribute right here. And I get 6x plus 9 plus 1. So we get 4x squared plus 18x plus 19. And number 8 is going to work exactly the same way. On number 9, they want me to plug in both directions, and they want me to get x both times. So they want me to take 1/3 x plus 4 and plug it into f of x, and then they want me to plug 3x minus 4 and plug it into the g function. The best thing to do is to multiply everything by 1/3 first. And this is going to be my new g function. So I'm going to go take my new g function right here, and I'm going to plug it in right here where it says x. So 3 parentheses, 1/3 x plus 4/3, and then I'm going to bring down my minus 4. Okay, so I'm going to multiply, and I get x plus 4 minus 4. Those 4's will cancel, and all I have left is x, just like I wanted. Now I'm going to go plug in the opposite way. I'm going to go take the original function, 3x minus 4, this one right here, and I'm going to plug it in for this x. So I'm going to have 1/3 parentheses, 3x minus 4, and I'm going to bring down my plus 4/3. I'm going to go distribute, and I get 1x minus 4/3 plus 4/3. Both 4/3 cancel, and I have x. They both equal x. Alright, on 10 through 12 in the notes, they want me to find out what is f of x and what is g of x. And they already told me that f composite g equals x squared plus 1 quantity to the 50th power. So in class, I had said take whatever is in the parentheses, and that is going to be your g of x. So x squared plus 1 is g of x. And then you're going to replace whatever was in the parentheses with the letter x. So if I rewrote this and took x squared plus 1 and made it all x, I have x to the 50th power. And that's your f. So we're going to go do it again. Whatever's in the parentheses or under the square root is my g of x. And then to do the f of x, I'm going to replace what I just underlined with x, and I have the square root of x. Okay, more time. Whatever's in the parentheses or the absolute value, that's my g of x. If I replace what I just underlined with an x, that's my f of x. So those are the notes that we went over on Friday of last week. And then Tuesday this week, we just kept working on our homework. So let's talk about what the homework was. On problem number 7, I assigned A, D, and E. We did not have to do B, C, or F. Okay? I think with all my classes, I ended up doing E with them. So g of negative 2. So g of negative 2. So when x is negative 2, g is equal to 3. And I take that answer and I plug it back in to g. When x is 3, g is 8. So my final answer is 8. I assigned 11, 13, 15, but not 17. So on 11, I'm going to do A. On A, it says you're going to do F composite G at 4. That means I'm going to start with the G function and plug in 4. So 3 parentheses 4 squared plus 1. And again, I told you you can use your calculators now. So we have 3 parentheses 4 squared plus 1. We get 49. And now I take the answer I just got and I plug it into the F function. So we're going to have 2 times 49. So 2 times 49 equals 98. That's how you do A. On number 13, I'm going to do B. You need to go ahead and do B, C, and D. On 13, you're going to do all of them. I'm going to go do B with you. So for B, it says you're going to do G composite F at 2. So I'm going to do the F function first, and I'm going to plug in the number 2. So 4 parentheses 2 squared minus 3. Use my handy dandy calculator. I get 13. And I'm going to take 13 and I'm going to plug it into the G function. So 3 minus 1/2 13 squared. So again, I'm going to use my calculator. 3 minus, I can use 0.5 if I want, 0.5 13 squared. I'm going to get negative 81.5. Okay. Again, you need to go do A, C, and D, and over here you need to do B, C, D. On 15, I think I did letter C for all my classes. So C wants me to do F of 1. So I'm going to plug 1 into function F. So the square root of 1 is 1. And I'm going to take that answer and plug it back in to F again. So I get the square root of 1 again. So my answer is just 1. Okay. I assigned number 30 and number 32. Again, I'll do one from each section. You need to do all of them. For 30, I'll do A. It says F of G, which means I'm going to take my G and plug it into the F. So I'm going to take 2x minus 4 and plug it in right here. So I have negative parentheses. I'm going to plug in 2x minus 4. I'm going to distribute, and I get negative 2x plus 4. And that's all you can do. You're going to do B, C, and D the same way. On 32, I'm going to do letter B. B wants me to do G of F. So for B, I'm going to take the F function and plug it into the G. So we have x plus 1 squared plus 4. You're going to FOIL. You're going to get x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then I have my plus 4. So I get x squared plus 2x plus 5. And our domain for both of these is all real numbers. Okay. And then when y'all came to class on Tuesday, I told you we were going to do the back. We're not going to do 34. We're not going to do 40. Those are just like the ones on the front. We're going to do all of 45 through 49. We're going to do all of 53 through 58. And I said you don't have to do 59 through 62. Okay, so let's make sure you understand how to do 45, 47, and 49. This is where we do F composite G and G composite F. So we go both ways. So for the first one, I'm going to go plug in the G to the F. 2 times 1/2 is x. Check. For the second one, I'm going to go plug the 2x into the G. So I'm going to have 1/2 parentheses 2x. 1/2 times 2 is x. Check. You're going to do the same thing on 47 and 49. For 53 through 58, this is where you're writing down f of x equals g of x equals. Okay. When we did our notes, I said go underline what's in the parentheses, and that's your g of x. You replace what you underlined with an x, and that's your f of x. I believe I also did 57 with every class. Again, 2x plus 1 is in the parentheses. And then I replace that with x, and I get the absolute value of x. And that's it. Good luck with your homework.